Hey guys, I'm Megan Fonseca from Hearts at Homeschool, and I wanted to get in here and show you a quick peek at the curriculum guide. This is an absolutely free download that will help you choose, adapt, and create your own curriculum. So let me get in here, share my screen, and show you exactly how it works. This is the curriculum guide. Now it's going to show you how to create your very own curriculum from scratch if you wish to do it that way. The preparation part of it, where you choose your theme or unit of study, this can be done by your kids. I generally say you want to give them some guidelines first, so you're kind of getting within the theme that you need to, according to your requirements and your goals. But you can also just be totally child-led if you wish as well. So the preparation is basically choosing which topic you are going to study within a main theme. Ours is usually within history or science, and we have some great examples as we move down here that I can show you as well. Then you're going to let them research the topic. And of course, if they're younger children, you may have to help them a little bit. Usually what I do with that is I will give the kids some books. I will say, okay, you've chosen your topic, so you can choose from these books to do your research. And then once they're able to use a computer on their own, I show them how to do research, how to find credible sources. They can also interview people if it's something that can be done with that kind of research for that topic. And then you're going to move into the assessment part. With assessment, you can actually put 3 and 4 together and they can create something to assess how they've learned this subject. Or it can be 2 separate parts, because assessment can be something like a test, but it could also be them making something to show you that they've really mastered the subject. But I always try for at least a main topic that we're covering to have the kids create something, because it helps them remember so much better. Even when it's something very memorization based like maps or math, I will have them create their own map, or I will have them create a pattern with math or something, so it really gets ingrained in their head and it creates a mastery. But you can also just choose a normal assessment. We have some great ideas down here of study ideas of topics like space and animals and habitats and periods of history and dance and the human body, all those different kinds of things. There's way more than is on this list, but there's also some great creation and assessment ideas that you can use as well. This can be as simple as a summary or a report, a test or a quiz. You can have them narrate or tell you a story, a theatrical performance. They could even sew or knit or make a garden. There's so many ways they can show you what they have learned. We've even had kids create dances, songs, games, bake things, create works of art. There's all kinds of different ways. And that's how you do it if you're going to create basically your own curriculum from scratch. But you can also use those ideas to adjust a curriculum that you already have to work for you better, or to adapt it to a child that is maybe more hands-on. But some things that you want to keep in mind while you're adapting and choosing your curriculum is, number one, how involved are you going to be in the learning? How independent do you need the kids to be, so that when you're choosing your curriculum, you don't choose something that needs to be totally adult-led and your kid is going to need to learn it by themselves if you're working full-time. Now, I will say you can adapt those curriculums as well if it's an older child. I have had some kids that have been really interested in the subject, so I get the curriculum, even though it's adult-led, and they teach themselves the subject because I've been working full-time or something like that. I try not to do that unless it has some kind of testing that goes along with it, so we can be very sure that they're mastering the subject. But also, you can also get curriculums that have another teacher teach on DVDs or online or however you need to. But just be sure that you're aware when you're buying a curriculum how involved you're going to need to be before you get the curriculum and how involved you want to be. Then, of course, you're going to want to look at your learning style of your child. Some kids are more hands-on, some are more audio-visual. There's all kinds of different ways of learning. Most kids, when they're young, prefer to be hands-on. But some kids will prefer to learn the whole subject kind of audio visual and then do something hands-on. But some kids have a really hard time with that and they need to learn as they go while they're doing something. So most likely you have already figured out how your child learns because you've seen them interact with playing and things like that. You know how they figure things out. But if you're not sure, then start with something hands-on and then see how much you can go towards lecture and how much you can go towards memorization before they totally lose interest and totally space out on you. But it's always best if you try a few things like borrow a curriculum or use one from the library, or see if you can get a trial period before you invest in that full curriculum and you find out that it's not going to work for your child. And then, of course, you're also going to want to look at your goal alignment. Ideally, before you start school, you have already looked and made some goals with your family and with your child on what they want to learn, what they want to reach, of course, requirements for that year of what they need to learn, but you're going to want to make sure that those curriculums are going to get you to those goals. And then, of course, at the end here, I put some adaptation ideas for kids that have a hard time memorizing things, aren't fluent readers or have trouble reading, kids that are more hands-on, and then kids that just have a hard time focusing. Got some great ideas in there because we've had all of those struggles. And so we've learned a few things along the way, and I want to make it easier for you. And then also at the very end, I've put some things for kids that they can do more independently if they're very young but not fluent readers, but you still need them to do some things that are more independent. And if you want to create your own curriculum for them and not purchase a curriculum when they're just in preschool level or not quite mastered reading, then these are some ideas that you can work through that they can do almost on their own, some of them even completely on their own. And you can create a whole entire curriculum out of it, and it's very simple. So that walks you through how to do that with your younger children or kids that have not quite become fluent in reading. And of course, I have some tips to explain how we do it in our house and some ideas of how you would take one topic and turn it into a whole entire curriculum. I really hope this helps you. I really, really hope this serves you and this helps your family reach your educational goals. And above all, that this adapts exactly to what your kids need and your family needs so you can master homeschooling and create a life you love. We'll see you in the next video.